Alright, we should be live. We're back. Gonna be drafting more through the Omenpaths. We're still in the pick 2. Apparently the pick 1 was something that was available for like the first week, and then Wizards realized that they did not mean to have that and took it down. That was like the big crash when the set first went live, and then it just never came back properly. So it's either this or pick one best of three, and that doesn't sound particularly appealing either. Also, I did just notice that the Final Fantasy set is technically back, and that's low key tempting, honestly, because Final Fantasy was a much better draft set, I think. But anyway, we're gonna try some more Spider-Man. We still haven't done all of the things we can do. We still have not done everything that a spider can. So, but we'll try some more. We never get to do everything in a draft format, though this set is small enough that maybe. Alright, that is Villainous Wrath and Spider Ham. And both of those are really strong, but they're not particularly strong together. One of them is a Wrath that punishes your opponent for going wide, and the other one is a card that rewards you for going wide with most of the creatures in this set. I do think they are the two best cards in the set, though, even if they don't pair well together. Like, even if I got the good black-green cards like Craven, which I forget what and if there is another black-green rare or mythic in the set. But Craven is decent, like the black-green Craven is decent. Like, he is worth playing, so I will take both of these, but I don't think this is going, like, I don't think I'm going to build a deck with both of them necessarily, but we'll see what else is open. Because they're both really strong and going in opposite directions, I feel like. That is Parker Luck, and that one, I'm gonna be honest, that one's just terrible, I think. Like, it might be okay in Commander, but not really anywhere else. My green cards are Lurking Lizard. I was gonna say Lurking Lizards, but the other one is Leyline Weaver. Leyline Weaver is real good. Like, I'm inclined to take Scorpion Sting and, like, the Getaway Accomplice or Rizna, maybe. Lavaborn Goblins is fine. But honestly, I think Leyline Weaver. I'm going to wind up black-green if only because there's a strong black card and a strong green card in each pack so far. And it's stopping me from going one direction or the other. Okay. Now we've got good black, red, blue, and, like, no good green cards. So now I might be able to get away from it. So Carlo's decent. I do like Carlo a lot. That's Prowler. Venom is good. There is also a Deathflame Burst, though, and I do have Leyline Weaver, which goes good in a black-red deck. So I could just take Venom and Electro's Blast. I think that's what I'm going to do here. Alright, now we have Kane, I think? Like, the clone of Spider-Man that is Scarlet Spider, but not Ben Reilly. I have no idea what Kane's whole deal is. I don't know if he's a clone of Ben Reilly or another clone of Spider-Man that is also sentient, but we're going to take him, and we're going to take Damning Caress here, I think, and we're going to slide Spider-Ham down there. I definitely don't think it was wrong to take him, but now that I'm here, I kind of want to take cards. Error 9 and Treat Trolley are actually not terrible together. Like, the one ramps into the other one, and then you have two different artifacts to animate. Okay, we got the Goblins back. The Mayhem Goblins, so that's really good. Tombstone is fine, but not great. Same thing with, Gwen Stacy here. And we wield Shocker. See, Miasmic Mist is the -2/-2. Yeah, Mary Jane is real good, but we just haven't been seeing the cards. Honestly, I'm inclined to just grab Damning Caress and Scorpion Sting, but there are definitely decks where this thing just wrecks them, so And I don't currently have... I have a few 2 toughness creatures, so it's a little bit dicey and not enough discard outlets for Mist to just be a one-sided Wrath. I think I'll start with these 2 and see where we go from there. If the Mist wheels, I don't think there was anything else in the pack I would take. When this enters, if it was cast from your graveyard, attach it to target creature for free. As Mayhem for 2, so if I can discard it, it gets a mana discount, and it attaches to my creature for free. Gives haste and flying in 2 power. I don't think I was super high on this card when I first saw it, but I also don't think I gave it a fair shake because of that. Tiny bit of temptation, but I think Skitter Kitty will come back to us, so... Really, like, none of the blue cards are super tempting. This is the most tempting out of all of them, and it's still not what I want, so... That is Friendly Neighbor, or not Friendly Neighborhood, that is, whatever, Peter Parker's apartment. Another Sting, and another Lava-Born Goblins. The Mob Lookout and the Cat would not be bad. Ooh. Ooh, do I take Spot here as a potential splash? Maybe. I think because I don't have any blue, I think I'd take the Spot as a potential splash. Throw him down here for right now. That's a white-green land. I'll take the Rendezvous. I'll take the white-green land, I guess. More potential in that than any of the other things. Cards down here. Alright, we did get one of the cats back on the wheel. That is Mysterio. What else is in this pack? Prison Break is decent. Got Kuzo, the Lava-Born Goblins, Venom. So we got a bunch of decent things potentially to reanimate. This is really strong if I wanted to splash for it, but at this point I think I take the Mob Lookout, because I need a few more discard outlets for some of these Mayhem cards. There is another Kane and Sadistic String Puller now. Also a black-red land and Mob Informant, but good to take those. I don't think Spider Mania is where I'm at. Mayhem Villain. Okay cards. I think I actually want the Goro Goro. Or Goro Goro. Sorry, Goro Goro is like one of the samurai goblins, I think, from Kamigawa. I think he's the one that gives, I think he's the one from Neon Dynasties that gives, creatures that are modified haste or something, or it, like, gives all of your creatures haste, and then if you attack with enough modified creatures, you get a dragon. Something like that. I feel like that's Goro Goro. This is Goro Rel. Completely different Goro. Alright, we have Superior Foes and Galvanized Workforce. I don't know why they changed Galvanized Workforce. It's like Angry Mob or something, but it's not Angry Mob because Angry Mob was already a Magic card, but it had a name that would have been fine and would have even worked with this artwork, and I don't know why they changed the name, because there was nothing Spider-Man about the card. That actually annoys me more than anything else in this set, because I already have to learn 2 different versions of most of the cards in the set. So it'd be really super helpful if the ones that did not need a name change, they didn't change Rhino's Rampage. They just put an actual rhinoceros in the artwork. That's the thing that is rampaging. like the galvanized workforce and amazing acrobatics both have different names in this set. I think those are the only two. There might be another one where they definitely did not need to change the name on it, and they did. Like, there are some where it's like, it's close, because it has a meaning in, like, Web Up could have kept the same name, also. You could have just had, like, Valgavoss Cocoon Silk instead of the, thing. I feel like some of them they changed the name because they did not have, unused art assets lying around for a card with that name, so rather than commission new artwork. I genuinely feel like that for some of them. It's like, because they do have extra artwork that they get for various things that they wind up not using because the card gets cut, like, late in the development cycle or something, and they kind of have to change things. And then the artwork doesn't work anymore, so they have to recommission artwork real quick. But there are definitely names in the set that did not need to change. You know, some of them obviously have to. Anything with, like, the characters' names in them, that aren't super generic. Like, Scorpion Sting gets to stay the same, because now instead of being the Scorpion, the Marvel Comics villain, it's just a Scorpion. And it's Deadly Sting. So, that one works just fine. You know, Sadistic String Puller, the Spider Islanders is a direct reference to the Spider Island storyline from Spider-Man. So that one kind of has to change, even though Spider Islander probably kind of get away with. There are some you can kind of get away with the way they did with, like, Rhino's Rampage, where it's Rhino as in a rhinoceros, but they didn't, you know, call it Rhinoceros Rampage or something. But there are a few that you could get away with if you tried really hard. Like, you know, they're not. They have a special meaning in Spider-Man, but they don't have, like, a defined meaning outside of that context. And then there are the ones where it's just like, no, these are the names of Spider-Man characters, and that is why they have that name, and you have to change that and the appearance. Like, if your Dr. Octopus is not literally a marine cephalopod in a lab coat, you're already on thin ice. And, you know, then when you're comparing it to the Spider-Man set that runs parallel to it. But, yeah, some of them, they changed the name and they really did not need to. And change the, like, they had to change the artwork, of course, but they changed the name when they did not really need to, and I feel like that's because they did not have leftover artwork they could reuse. And they had, or more accurately, they had leftover artwork they could reuse if it had a different name. So they just took that artwork and then use that instead. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, so I probably want to cut some stuff from down here. I don't like having that many non-creature spells in my decks normally. I also don't like cutting removal that much. Alright, what am I reanimating? Shocker, potentially. Venom. A couple of 5/4s with haste are not bad. Does this put a counter on them, or does it just bring it back? With a counter on top of that, so. Yeah, like, I'm not a huge fan of this Silk Spider variant. It is the common one, so I don't have to be a huge fan of it, but like, we might not necessarily need Hobgoblin either. Because we have a lot of other 2s, and the other 2s are, for the most part, stronger, but Alright, I think we can cut the clandestine work if we're keeping the romantic rendezvous anyway. I don't know if we're keeping all of them, though, is the problem. I did not realize we had 2 asylums. I thought we only had the 1. Alright, that's actually helpful for the mana base, at least. Yeah, we probably don't need the cat that badly. We'll need 5 cuts. Cut one of the Goros. Like, he's fine and he's good to discard to the other things since I can pay the 6 to make the tokens, but not that good. One of the Venoms, same reason. I'm wondering if I can cut... Maybe I cut Shocker and I cut one of the lands. I've been feeling alright about 16 land in this format. Yeah, I think that's fine. Got a handful of card draw spells, and we have spells that we want to discard, so lands aren't, like, automatically going the way they normally would in a deck like this. Soda from lunch. Water bottle. And let's find us an opponent. Niv Mizzet. Smart Dragon? That's not good. Neither is this hand. In fact, this hand is garbage. Like, it's nothing but, like, 4+ drops. In fact, because of the way this works, all of them are currently... I have literally nothing but 5 drops in my hand. Oh my god. It's so bad. This isn't a whole lot better, but it's better. I'm gonna put back the Damning Caress. This feels like I'm gonna kill, like, an early problematic threat, and then I'm gonna let them build out their board and kill everything, ideally. Is the plan. Try and get some of my card advantage back. Assuming that they don't sniff out the Wrath and not play into it. Alright. Do not mind a Surveil land if I'm going to play a more controlling game with what I'm keeping. Is that Norman? Yeah, it is. Alright, so we're definitely going to kill him. Because he is good enough on the front side, and if he gets a counter once he flips over, he'll be a 4/4 anyway, so better to not let them connive with him. I put back a spell and I've drawn nothing but land, so that kind of sucks. After mulliganing, terrible hand away. Oh right, he is an artifact creature, Spider Slayer, so he'll get to hit me for 3 here. Let's run out the Lookout. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. So we discard him, play the land, cast him. Now we have a 3/3 to hold off one of, or a 1/4 rather, to hold off one of their 3/3s, and a 4/3 to attack into them with. So yeah, if they make him a 3/3 and attack, they attack with both. Oh, they're gonna kill my 4/3 now. All right, fair enough. Block that, take 3. Alright, guess I'm surveilling now. Hoping that they run out, like, 2 more things to try and pressure me here. But they don't need to, so if they're playing around the Wrath properly, they won't. But they might decide they don't want to wait and give me time to find stuff. Alright. That's probably good enough now to pull the trigger on the Wrath, so let's go ahead and surveil. Yeah, I definitely want more card draw here. Hey, let's get in for our 1 point of damage. Yep. And let's go all their stuff. Okay, they have a bunch of things in their graveyard. And a way to get back one of their dead villains, too. So, yeah, this is looking really bad. I assume they want the 3/3 flyer, but... Oh, they got back Norman, right. I kind of forgot he was in the graveyard. Alright, discard that. Draw 2. Three and 2. Alright, so we run out the 2/2 here. Last turn. Yeah, I can't stop Norman, unfortunately. I did not get any of my removal, any of my many, many removal spells. Don't really need the 2/2, I don't think, though, so I will trade off here for current life total. Discarded Carnage. That's not great for me. Get back their other guy, get back one of the things from their graveyard. Wow, yeah, no, I am losing this game so badly right now. Yeah, got back Tombstone, then used Tombstone to get back one of their other threats. Yeah, let that happen. Can't really do anything about it. I was gonna say, and then cast him because he's a villain. Yep. Alright, guess I'll lose then. I can technically cast the goblins, but better to discard this thing anyway. Unfortunately, Norman's just gonna kill me, so it doesn't even matter. Like, I have blockers now for all their stuff, but that doesn't help. Also, they can almost... Actually, no, they can flip him now. It's black, blue, red, and 1. So, yeah. I mean, it flies now, so... I have a reach and a ground creature, so I can go... Block that. Eat that one. Take 6 down to 4, and then I have to find something very quickly. Fortunately, they can't kill both of my... creatures that can block their flying tokens, but it's not gonna help much if I can't kill Norman in, like, the next turn. They're a mana short because of the filtering, but that doesn't matter if I drew another land. Yeah. Alright. Well, we flooded out, I feel like, pretty hard despite all of my card draw. Maybe I didn't flood out that hard because of it, but it certainly feels like it. I have 1 land in my graveyard out of 9 cards. And yeah, they flipped him into Green Goblin. I have no way to block him now. He's at 5 power. So, let's see. So... 8 spells, 9, 10 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10. Yeah, I drew 50% land, and most of it was at the beginning of the game when I really could have used some spells, so... After mulliganing. So... And my opponent got a ton of advantage off of, Tombstone into Carnage into Tombstone again. So. Alright, this looks like a much better opening hand, at least. I do have a villain to reduce the cost on Damning Caress, so... will, in fact, be able to eat people with Venom. Oh, they have a shock. That's neat. I definitely want to run out the workforce first out of the two of them, because I want to get him killed rather than my villain. Yep. And they're missing land drops. Alright. This probably won't be much of a game, yeah. Alright, so... yeah, let's cast this, discard Kane. I could have discarded the String Puller and hoped to hit an untapped land here, but now I just get to do this instead. I think I decline, though. I'd rather have access to my spells. Like, if they kill my creatures, I would like to have the ability to cast this still and Prison Break, so... Arse on top. Attack with both. Don't care about that thing dying. Just want to keep pressure on them now. Oh right, he's not a villain. I keep thinking he's... because he's black-red, that he's some sort of anti-hero and that he has villain status. But Venom is the only one that is a hero and a villain at the same time. They're going to kill the Menace creature rather than the 4/3. Which is good, because I have another one in hand for later. I will hang on to him for right now. Because if I get one more land, I can cast him and discard Prison Break and cast Prison Break on probably the Galvanized Workforce at that point. This is a spider horror citizen, but not necessarily a villain. It's okay, the superior foes... ah, they have a 1-mana trick? Have Aunt May. I don't think Aunt May is going to be good enough here. Let's go ahead and kill that. Card is... ah, it's a Scorpion Sting. My apologies, opponent. You are already stuck on lands, and my deck is being very rude to you right now. Yep. Alright, 1-1. If we can get at least one more win before we get another loss. Done it. Oh no, it's a spam can. Is there any spam left in their can? Again, he's not a villain despite being black-red. I don't mind that he's a hero. I can handle anti-villains being, like, hero-villain at the same time. Where they ping-pong back and forth along the lines of morality, but... honestly, it's... we're stinging here. Letting them run out, because I don't want to block with Pain here, so... I think I just run out the first one and see if he dies. He doesn't need a counter right now. They need 2 blockers. Alright, there's 1 blocker. And I don't mind trading off for my guy either. Like, if they connive here and I get to trade, that's fine since I have another one in reserve anyway. Alright, let's run out Goro first. If they counter Goro, since they have plenty of mana up and there's tons of counter spells in the format, between the main set and the bonus sheet, I don't care. Goro's less impressive against blue-black because they're unlikely to just have a random spider that he needs to get in the way of. Like, their best creatures are going to be villains. Alright. Yeah, this is fine. If they have Villainous Wrath, I don't mind losing these 2 creatures. Yep. Alright then, let's run out the 2/2. They have a villain worthy of my thing. Alright, this is fine. I was gonna say I would love if they used a trick to kill my 2/2 there. I have the play of casting him into discarding this and running it out, but that I feel like actually is in danger of overcommitting. But I have Prison Break, and I have the mana now to get back the other creatures, so... Alright, let's have my big turn then. See what they do about it. If they have to bounce one of my creatures or something, that's going to be really good. Ah, okay. Not declined. So they got the counter off of my guy and saved themselves 7 damage, but they had to spend a card to do that, so... Even if they Villainous Wrath now, that's a 2 for 3. Alright. That's fine. He has haste, and all of my creatures can attack into Spider Bite anyway, so... Yep, it's a spider, so it trades. So that thing I said before about their thing randomly being a spider. We'll hold the land in case I want to discard that to Rendezvous instead, and killing Mysterio kills Mysterio's token, so... If they can't save him here... Play out the other Asylum, though. Alright, made it to 2 wins. When we don't flood out after mulliganing, then we actually get to win the games. Even if our opponent doesn't also have mana issues to help us out while we're doing that. Apparently. Alright, fix my posture. Oh man, we had to play against Niv Mizzet, now we're playing against Braids. Like, all of the magic characters are coming out to fight me. I mean, this is fine, not amazing. It obviously has an early game plan of not dying, but it doesn't have any of its big payoffs for succeeding at that first part of the plan of not dying, so. I'm gonna run out this one first. They are white-blue, so they're very likely to have a spider. Okay, or not. Maybe they just don't have anything. Alright, fine. I was considering not doing this, and the counter might have been better off on the Spider Slayer over here, but... going wide probably isn't too bad of a thing. Alright, if they get Friendly Neighborhood, I'm going to be in trouble. Just a little bit. They did not. They got Hide and Mundanity, so it's more of a removal spell for them than anything else. Alright, play out my mountain. Alright, let's connive first, see what we hit. I'm probably discarding a land here, so it doesn't really matter who I target. Yeah. Alright, now kill that. They do have double black. I am making their Villainous Wrath better, but... right now I'm losing two guys that drew me extra cards, and a guy that dies into two 1/1 flyers, so I'm not super concerned right now. Yeah. Gonna make him very mundane. Alright, I'm just gonna discard a swamp here. Yeah, back here, you. They also have one of those. Okay. They're not trading, they're using it to soak a point of damage. Yeah, I'll run out this one. Again, if they have the Wrath, I want them to use it on, like, this board. Ooh. How does this thing work? Whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Hit them for 2 and then deal them 2. I can let them draw a card and try and turtle up for a turn or two, make them use some of their cards to get my guys that are going to die out of the way anyway. Yeah, okay, I think we wait then. We hope that they play out another card or two. Preferably pre-combat, but I will attempt the double block on their 3/3 flyer. And chump with Goro Goro. They attack with the 4/4 Vigilance. That's not the kind of card I was hoping they were going to play, but it's also not the kind of card that stops me from acting my plan, so... But yeah, if they save this thing here... Oh, this is great. Now they've had to spend 2 cards to save their guy. Yeah, no, that's perfect. Alright, play out my 6th land. That is, in fact, a good card. This was proven by the previous set of turns. Alright, they have their food token. I'm like, what is giving them priority? Alright, I'm not discarding here. And actually, I will run out the land in case I need to scry on upkeep. Yeah, we're kind of at parity. I don't want them drawing extra cards here if I can help it. Not thrilled that they're attacking, though, but they might actually have something. Nope. Last card in their hand is a spell, because they still have priority. If it was a land, it would have passed the turn. Oh! Oh, Jesus. Took infinite damage there, and I'm almost dead on board. Holy hell. 1/1 colorless robot artifact. It's not great. Like, I'm going to 1 here now, and they're at 19, so I probably lost this. This thing is so dumb. The Louis Scott Invitational Championship card is kind of insane. If I spend 4 to Surveil, then I can't cast most of my removal spells that would kill Louis, so I think I just draw here, try and find it naturally, gain my 2 life, and hope they don't have a way to bring him back to hand. Stop looking at your graveyard like that. That's not cool. Is it equal to his power or equal to the number of counters on him? Oh, Hex of Undeath. Jesus. Yeah, no. Never mind. Never mind. We are maximum dead. Oh, and they're going to put a counter on him with the other one, so that way he will actually dome me for 1 and they'll gain another life on top of that. Sure. If they want to. They don't have to. They can put the counter on somebody else if they think that's better, but... Yep. They have no other equipment. Oh, he did not get... Oh, right. It's not based on the number of counters on him. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I cannot beat the Sinister Six return. Or whatever it's called. Not after getting drained for 10 by Louis Scott Vargas here. It's his own joke. It's okay. You don't have to get upset on Luis's behalf. He does not need you to rush to defend him. He's already making that joke himself. Although if you wanted to rush to defend him, feel free to fill my comment section and, like, you know, downvote me as hard as you want. For some reason, YouTube thinks that's great, so... Shouldn't have even discouraged you. No, Luis is just a total pompous jerk. Tell me how wrong or right I am in the comments if you don't care for him. I appreciate it either way. Or you can talk about positive things, you know, whether or not you like the draft. You thought I should have picked other cards. You thought I played well or poorly, and why. Especially why, if you think I did anything wrong. Let me know what you think I should have done instead. Alright, that's going to do it for this draft. If you're watching this live, give me a minute. I'll be back to do another one. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good rest of your day.